Hi guys, it's Sam. I'm back with a little bit of a different video for you today. I thought I'd do a plan with me for September in my Daisy Dori. This isn't something I'd normally do, and that's because the way I usually plan is I usually just spend 5 or 10 minutes in the morning when I've got my breakfast before work, and I just plan the one day. So I'll just work out what I've got to do, my priorities, and just decorate sort of one box at a time, if you like. So you can see on this spread I've already done Mondays in the top left hand corner. But the rest of this week has been really busy and I've just not had 5 minutes to sit and plan. I've also been a bit ill this week as well, so that didn't help. I wasn't in the mood. I was in the mood to sit on the sofa and not do much. So I've got a week to catch up on, so I thought I'd just film it and share with you what I do and how I do it. So as you can see, I probably don't do this the way that everyone else does, but I kind of decorate first and then add all my writing in afterwards. So it might be a bit of a random way round, but it works for me. So I'm just going through my stamps first, and I just use a black ink. I'm really funny with colours. I love colour, don't get me wrong, but for stamps and for my writing, I just use black ink and black pen. I don't use any colours, and I try to keep the colours on the page from the actual page itself, and then stickers and die cuts. I don't use anything else. Everything else is black and white, so I just find it simpler that way. And I have tried like coloured pens and things, but I'm just not keen. Everyone else seems to do it and it looks beautiful, and I've seen so many YouTube videos and Pinterest and things, but when I do it I never like it. So just going through my stamps, and I've got a few recollection stamp sets you can see on the right there, and then obviously the one that came in the planner add-on kit. So I've just picked out a few, and I'm just stamping those where I think they need to go. You can see at the top that I had the little post-it notes on each day, so I did manage to just jot down what I'd done on each day just briefly, and now so I can remember, because I'm rubbish, but now I'm just going through so I can pick the right stamps, if that makes sense. So for example, today is Saturday when I'm filming, and I know we're going to visit some kennels this afternoon, so I've got a little kennel stamp that you just see me stamp there, and I had games night on Tuesday, and what's that one? Oh, I had to have a blood test on Wednesday. So I'm putting in the stamps where they're relevant. And I know you're probably all going to shout at me, as you can see that I'm not cleaning my stamps with anything other than a tissue. So I share with me how you do it, because I don't clean off my stamps. I just use a tissue and I just keep stamping it till the ink's off. There you go. And then I put it back. I've tried kind of baby wipes and wet wipes and things, and I don't like it. Leaves like a slimy residue, and I'm way too lazy to take them all to the sink and wash them all and let them dry. So that's not going to happen. So I've done all my stamping now, and I'm just having a look through some of the stickers that came in the kit. So these are the puffy stickers, and I absolutely love them. They're so soft, they feel really nice, but they're really quite chunky. So I used one. I was thinking of using a second one, but I think it might make the page a bit chunky. So the one I've stuck at the bottom there says keeping in touch, because I know I was meeting up with a friend on that Saturday, and I haven't seen her for ages, so that was a little perfect sticker for that. And now I'm just going through some of the kind of functional sticker sheets. These ones I find actually the hardest to use. These ones I'm pulling off now. There you go, see, put it back on. With the sort of priorities and to-do lists and things, I struggle with those a little bit. So I do make an effort to try and get them out every time I'm doing a spread to see if there's any I can use. So I tend to stick down all the stickers and stamps first for the things that I did, if that makes sense. So for example, that keeping in touch, because I knew I was catching up with somebody. You can see there's a hello sticker on there, and that's because my partner went out for a meal with his mum and dad. So I kind of stick things on that relate to what I was doing that day. And then, so I suppose it's not decorative really, and then I'll add any decorative elements at the end, and you'll see me do that. So this one, I know I got some pen pal Happy Mail on Friday, so I've just stuck that little pen pal sticker on, and I'm just going through to see if there's any others that relate to actual things that happened that week. And that one says put a bird on it. I was poorly on Wednesday, I wasn't very well, so I didn't do anything except stay in my pyjamas all day then, which perfectly I have a stamp for. I should probably not admit how often I use that stamp. Way too often, but there we go. So I used the big decorative sticker there because I knew I didn't have much to fill that day with. So I'm just looking at the die cuts now, and they're just gorgeous. As I said, I don't really use colour other than from the die cuts and stickers, so I like to kind of spread them out and make sure that the page is nice and bright and colourful. And that You've Got Mail sticker just fit perfectly, so I just peeled off the pen pal one, and I'll just stick that. I'll just use Pritt Stick and stick that You've Got Mail down, and then stick the pen pal sticker back down next to it. And I'm just looking through to see if there's any bits of decoration. I love that little flock of birds there, and that was a day when I met up with my family, so I thought that was quite perfect. And again, just having a look through and seeing if there's anything. That Tuesday, Wednesday, I know I didn't do very much, so I wanted something big to fill that space. I do love that typewriter, but I'm not keen on the green, just because it's sitting on a pink line. I know that's going to upset me, but I do in a minute somewhere find a pink typewriter. There you go. So that for me matches a lot better. I'm sorry if you can hear sirens in the background. Whenever I sit in a quiet corner to film, something happens. So the siren's going past the house now, so sorry about that. We're just sticking them down with Pritt Stick. I've not had a problem with Pritt Stick. It doesn't seem to come off, it's fine, so I'm quite happy with that. I'm just sticking that in. Bit of glue on the top there. And then I know I've pushed the planner right up to the top of the frame. I'm sorry, I will pull it back down in a minute. I've had to cut out little bits of this because I was leaning over so much that it was just my forehead in the view all the time, so I will pull that back down in a second. And then this little today tab was one that you could fold in half for a tab, and I've just cut it, and I will use the others. I'll keep the other half of it. And it just said today, so I just put that on. And this is just the little basket that I keep on my desk, which has all my other planner stickers on that I get from Etsy and eBay and things. So I just flick through that and see if there's anything else that I can add in. And I find that little shopping basket, which I'm going shopping on Sunday. You can see from these stickers that I try and get kind of rainbow sheets, so even the little luggage ones that you can see at the bottom, they're in all different colours. So if I do need to add any of these, I can pick the colour that matches this week's kit or this week's spread. Like I said, I try and keep the colours. So on this week, for example, it's the pink and green that I'm going for because that's what's on the spread. So I found that little Happy Mail, and there's a pink stamp on there, so I'll put that next to the day I got my pen pal letter. And then I think I found one more. There's a little credit card one there for payday, and there's a green one, so stick that on the green one. So like I said, I just keep the colours very much what's in the kit. A little pink coffee cup for when I was meeting up with a friend. And the day I was in bed feeling ill, we binge watched Game of Thrones because my other half hasn't seen it. Can you believe that? So we're up to season 2, which is pathetic. I'm up to date, but he's catching up with season 2. So I found that little pink TV, which I thought was perfect, so I'll put that down there. And then there's just one little gap at the top that was annoying me, where I just pointed to, so I just thought I'll just put something in there. And the washi tape, I love the washi tape. I'm finding this month's harder to use because it's not decorative. I was going to put a little blue bird, but like I said, there's no blue on that spread, so I found a little red one instead and put that in, and it just fills up that gap at the top. And now I'm just filling in my journaling and going through each day. So nothing too exciting this week, fairly quiet week. I had tea with my brother and his girlfriend on the Tuesday that I'm filling in now, and we have a games night there every week, so we go around and the boys play games and we have a bit of a catch up and something to eat and a few drinks, and it's always good fun. So that's what I'm filling in at the moment. And then as you can see, if I have a little, this was because my sister-in-law was clearing out her art room. That we're all designers, everyone's designers in our family. My brother and his fiance, are graphic designers, and she was clearing out all of her pens, pencils, paints, stationery, and asked if I wanted any of it. So obviously I took everything. So I've just written that and added a little heart to the top of there. And now I'm on to Wednesday when I was off sick. So as you can see now, binge watched Game of Thrones is what I'm writing at the moment. So if there's anything as I'm writing through, writing my journaling, that there's a little space or a little gap, then I'll go back to the stickers and die cuts and see if I can fill it in, but there's not usually. Usually I have to kind of squeeze in my journaling, but I quite like that. I like it really busy, and I will journal in different directions if needs be as well. And I realised on this day that I'd missed out something quite important, which I probably shouldn't admit to, but we've been having a bit of a countdown. I get married in October, so there was a bit of a countdown, and it was 40 days to the wedding on this day. And I sent my other half a text about it, and we were all quite excited about it, and then I completely forgot to put it in my planner. So I just thought I'll just stamp a little 40 there. And I should have done the 4 and the 0 separately because I don't like the gap. I put them both on the block at the same time and I don't like the gap in between, but never mind. I'll just do some zigzags and kind of try and tie it together a little bit. So yeah, 40 days until the wedding. And we haven't even sent the invites out yet. So we've got quite a bit to do, but never mind. I shouldn't admit that when I'm a planner girl, should I? That I'm not planned and not organised, but that can't just be me. Too busy filming YouTube and doing crafty things and not done the wedding stuff. Never mind. Then I tried to draw a little doodly heart here and really messed it up. So I stuck a sticker on and then just drew around the sticker instead and was quite happy with that. So that was, again, just a little space that I had free. So I'll just see what little stickers I've got or little stamps that I can fill the gap with. But that doesn't usually happen. I usually do have to squeeze my writing in, as you'll see. I'm just writing in that little stamp there for Quarry Bank. As you probably know, I'm a designer during the day, and I was doing some work at Quarry Bank, which is a National Trust property, so I had to go down and visit them. And like I said, I'll quite happily journal up the other side or in other directions, so that's what I'm doing here, just to fill in that little gap. And then, Saturday we have to go and visit the kennels. I've never put my dogs in kennels, I don't want to put them in kennels, but there's one that I found that looks really nice. It's more like a doggy hotel, so we're going to go and visit there and see what that's like, and then meet my friend for coffee. So it's a nice week. There's things going on, it's not too busy. Oh, and this shopping I wrote next to the camera when I should have written it next to the bag. So now I have to try and tie that in. So I'm going to visit Liverpool to go shopping with my mum. So I managed to fit the journaling in, and then just had to kind of draw a little line for that camera, which is just a reminder to print off my photos for my project life and my memory keeping. And then just a really boring cleaning one. I've got people visiting next week, so I have to have the house clean. That's about it really. And that's it. And again, there's a little gap there on the right hand side, so I'll just stick a little thumbs up sticker in there. And I think that's me done. Yeah, perfect. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. If you did, I'd love a thumbs up and a subscribe. And I would love to see any projects that you're working on as well. So you can leave me any messages, comments, and it's been really nice. Thank you. Bye.